symbolism, and I'll be using Kaiser as an example. This is the symbol of Kaiser that I've told many of you is a rising sun. It's people doing magic that comes from the sun cults and sun temples of ancient Egypt. If you notice what is in the hand of Pharaoh, yes, and notice what shape his right arm makes. A triangle, just like Johann Christian Rell. Egyptian magic. The occult phoenix / hawk, because this hawk doubles as a phoenix when you apply it to black magic. Now, if you would notice that it was the Nubians and they were living with the Egyptians, paying tribute to them as well, even though they had started the empire and its traditions. I would compare it to Native Americans who ended up serving the colonist masters. But the Egyptians were also black until the later dynasties. And notice the beetle. See, Beetlejuice, Bugs Bunny, Batman, and much more are all based on Egyptian gods and goddesses. If you notice, the catechist symbol is also the symbol of thought. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Just like Bob Marley said, they build in church and university, deceiving the people continually. Yeah, I killed it, but the point is, it is the different institutions that Babylon's system is using. The hospitals, the schools, the churches, the military, the government, on and on. The food sources. Just like they were interested in the source of the food in the Nile, they're interested in the source of the food for the masses of the new Egypt of the Americans as well. And your food comes from these self-proclaimed gods, not from God. See, this is a fake Egypt. It's Egypt without the gods, with a bunch of devils taking their place and playing God. Osiris, Bastet, if you notice, Bastet has the symbol of the cross, which is also associated with the symbol of the female in some Christian sects, but we won't get into that. Anubis, Horus, the symbol of the eye that you have on the dollar. The sun cults, the eye on the dollar. Set, Sebek, also known as Sobek. Let me go on. Akhenaten and the sun cults in the sun temple of Amarna. Okay? Now look. He is sitting on the lion. Draw parallels between that and the Lion of Judah, since that's where it comes from. The Leo. And he's holding his arms in a cross. Usually it is crossing the arms. But the flail and whip and the staff are the cross. We go on. Notice these people paying tribute to Heru and going through the sacred rituals of Egypt. This is from an Egyptian magic papyri, I believe. And notice the lion. Notice what they have in their hands. The symbols, the ankh, etc. The owl, the beetle. We go on. The beetle's the scarab, and we go on. Notice the skin color of the woman. Even though they're portrayed as light-skinned, you still have a dark-skinned portrayal of a lady. And if you would notice, the magic ball, this is a stereotypical picture that has nothing to do with nothing, besides that this is your stereotype for somebody doing a magic spell, because it comes from the Egyptian magic spells around the magic ball. Okay? The Haka. And we go on to, notice the 5-point star. It's a symbol of Egypt. It comes from Egypt. See, the symbols the elite use all come from Egypt, and they adopted it and championed the temple of Seti. And if you notice that there's a Church of Satan, and there is the head of the Church of Satan is a stooge put up there by Rothschild, and he's also the Church of Set. And if you notice, there's 3 people around the ball, and they're doing magic. And in this picture, it's the Earth. But in Kaiser's picture, it is the sun. That's why it's a glowing magic ball. It has to do with light, the light temple, the sun temple. So you have the Trinity I told you about of Semiramis, Nimrod, and Tammuz, right? So we go on. And notice she's a moon goddess, and this guy also, he plays the role of Pan in Egyptian mythology, but we won't get into all this. I mean, all the different roles the gods play, and that is the end of the slideshow, and I think I'll end it right there, unless I have one more picture I'm going to show you. Let me just get into this right quick. I'd like you to notice Crowley. And before I finish, here we go. Nicholas Shrek. Notice the cartoon Shrek. It's funny how these people in Disney, they make parodies of real life, or they simply put real life in the story, and they dramatize it. Now, or they don't make it dramatic enough in the case of these assholes. So you have several proofs of, and I won't get to Anton LaVey and them, of what I'm talking about, and it been expressed by the people who are more ambitious to bring it to light and say, we are in charge, why not bring it out there?